guys, Pacheco here. It's been a long time since I last did a video. I know I slacked probably a year or so. I've been doing the videos, but really never post any videos at all. But I decided to kind of go back into it just because, I miss it. It's fun to do, right? Today's topic I kind of want to go over is why I chose sales. So I wrote some key bullet points on why I think sales is probably one of the greatest industries to even go to, because realistically, everything we do is in sales, just called differently, right? Go to the cashier or Walmart, what are you doing? You're doing a transaction. You're doing what's in a sense called sales, right? Your parents tell you to clean up your room. They convince you to clean the room because they're going to offer you a reward for cleaning up your room, which in that case was technically sales, right? Sales language. Same concept applies into anything, right? Everything we do in our life revolves around sales, but people don't see it. There's a bad negative connotation with the word sales because of just our society, right? Enough of that tangent somewhat. So the reason why I chose sales is strictly mainly due to the fact that you got unlimited opportunities, right? There's no cap. The hard work you put in equates to the amount of money you make. Right. So because at the end of the day, why would you want to work for somebody, bust your, behind for that one person 80, 90 hours a week and still get paid the same? Like, is that fair? No. But a lot of people do that. People who are on careers, who go from college to a career, corporate world, and they are made to work extra amount of hours without any extra pay. Right. So you're working more, but you're getting paid less. It doesn't really make sense. Now, when it comes to sales, do as many hours as you want. The more, the better, of course. But you, by doing those extra hours, equates to more money in your bank account. That's, sales 101, right? And that's one of the reasons sales is amazing, because you can literally put in the work and you're going to see the reward at the very end of the tunnel. Now, it doesn't come with downsides, of course, because sales, and I kind of see it as like a medium to high risk, right? The reason why I say that is because, depending on the circumstance, you have to drop everything. And a lot of times sales jobs are 100% commission. So you're not guaranteed a paycheck. So you have rent, you could have to pay for your mortgage, you have to pay for your kids' tuition or kids' food, depending on the circumstance, or your car insurance, car bill, whatever the case may be, it puts you in a high stress position or situation if you can't make your bills on time, which a lot of times it happens. Like for me, when I first started, I was one day away from getting my Hyundai Hyundai Veloster repoed until I was able to make a payment. I called in the day before. Thankfully enough, I called right on time. But at the end of the day, it was a very high stressful thing, but it put my back in the corner to work even harder. And then eventually I came out on top, right? Sold that car within a year and a half, and it's no longer with me. But at the end of the day, it was very stressful, right? So I could see it as medium to high risk, but when it comes to that, there's high reward. If you're able to pass all those bumps in the beginning stages of your sales career, then you're going to see that everything was worth it. All that stress, all that worry was worth it in the day, because you battled through it and you overcame it, right? Now, sales, depending on the sales company or sales industry you go to, is a lot different than what you're used to, right? Usually you're used to coming in 9 to 5 or whatever the case may be, a shift job. Like let's say you work at Walmart. For me, I worked at Walmart. It was the same exact thing every single day. Go in, punch my clock, go to the back of the truck, unload the truck, put the boxes out into the store front. But it was the same thing every single day. So there's no variety. It was nothing new. It was the same thing. Now, when it comes to sales, it's different every single day. It's not always the same. One day could be an awesome day. The next day could be frustrating. The next day could be awesome. It just varies, because there's so many things that can happen in your day that you either have to overcome, or you have to do, or at the end of the day kind of test you, right? So it's different. And the great thing about it is you essentially become uncomfortable, right? When you become uncomfortable, you grow. If you're comfortable, you don't grow. Another thing is time freedom. Time freedom is a huge thing. It's because at the end of the day, sales allows you to have that freedom. Of course, not in the beginning, because you got to learn and do the necessary things to kind of make money and be kind of, in a sense, stable, right? But over time, when you become a called veteran, then you have that freedom that everybody would love to have. And what I mean by freedom is when you could go on vacation, you don't have to tell anybody, right? You could pack up your bags the next day and go on vacation. or you could take a day off, or whatever the case may be. You have that freedom to do where you don't have to rely on somebody to say yes to that time. For example, I had a client that I was kind of going over insurance, and he was like, "Yeah, I really don't want to go back to being employed. I'd rather just be a independent contractor," because he's a doctor and he doesn't want to get permission to go on vacation to go see his brother. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like you're self-employed, right? So that's a great thing about it, is freedom. And I had plenty of times where I just pick up my bags and just go on a trip, just anywhere. But of course, you don't want to do that in the beginning, because you want to make sure that you learn the ropes before you have that time freedom, right? Now, the other thing is, sales allows you to chase your goals, right? So if you have bigger aspirations, goals that you want to achieve in your lifetime, then sales allows you to do that, because a lot of times those aspiration and goals have to be backed up by money. And the only way to get money is by what? Being successful in sales, right? So if you're successful in sales, that will equate down to your aspirations, and you'll be able to achieve your goals that you wanted to achieve, right? And that's a great thing about sales, is essentially like, you don't have to be in that industry, but it'd be, depending on the sales you're in or company you're in, it will allow you with your capital, which you'll be able to go do your dream. Like, let's say you want to go open up a restaurant, you're able to do that, but you have the money to back it up. So you don't have to ask for a loan from the bank and be in debt for X amount of years, right? And that's what sales allows you to do, is essentially build your capital. So that's one of the great things about sales. The last thing you want to go over is no college degree. That's amazing. No college degree. Some sales jobs, because some sales jobs do offer a high salary base, right? But usually you need a degree to achieve those. But a lot of times, 95% of the time, you don't need a degree for sales at all, which is a great thing, because for me, I was a C- student. I went to community college. I didn't go to any big name colleges or anything like that. I'm not the smartest person in the room at the end of the day, right? So the great thing about this, so at the end of the day, sales is awesome, because you don't need a degree. The only you really need is hard work, and talent comes with hard work. So if you don't have the talent, you don't have the sales abilities that you think, or you don't have the people skills or the social skills, then that'll come to you, because at the end of the day, you train on that every single day to get better at sales. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm gonna try to do a little bit more videos down the line. Hopefully I can get some suggestions and stuff like that, because a lot of these videos are just gonna be based on my opinions, to be honest with you. I mean, everything is not gonna be fact in a sense, because I'm still pretty young into the game and I don't know everything, but from my point of view, from where I came from, I'm just gonna give you my opinion, right? And pretty much, like I said, my point of view. So if you have any questions or anything like that, or you have video suggestions or topic suggestions, that'd be super helpful. But other than that, that's pretty much it.